What's up, guys? My name's Boy Shay, and welcome to my channel. On today's video, this will be a continuation of my astrological series of the rising signs. Thanks to all of you who have been patient in terms of me posting more. I don't apologize for it. I make videos when I feel inspired so that I can give you guys quality content, because if my heart ain't in it, I ain't doing it, which goes right in alignment with the sign that we're about to talk about today, which is Taurus rising. So today's video is about Taurus rising, but you can also apply what I'm about to say to whatever area of your chart Taurus is in, okay? So, from the esoteric perspective, our rising sign represents how we take on the world. It can tell us of our physical attributes, but from my perspective, I believe that the rising sign is how our soul wants to come to life. It's what our soul wants to leave behind. It's also what our soul wants to inspire in others, okay? So Taurus rising, let's talk about the characteristics of Taurus, and then we're going to apply that to how your soul wants to express itself, okay? So Taurus represents nature. It represents the natural evolution of something, okay? It represents bringing something from our mind into physical form. Taurus represents creating physical form. On the lower levels, it represents, our material gain, how our relationship to material. It represents our value system and how we can create material wealth based on what we value. Now, on an esoteric level, I think of Taurus like a tree, and Taurus grows like a tree in terms of gradually and in cycle or in alignment with the cycles of nature. This is why you cannot rush Taurus energy. You can't rush a Taurian. And if you have a Taurus rising, it will benefit you to learn the virtue of patience, and that everything, or as you go through life, every cycle of your life is essential to the tree that is growing or what you want to build long term. Taurus represents building a strong foundation for whatever it is that you want to succeed. Taurus wants to build a strong foundation for this. And the way Taurus builds a strong foundation is by understanding where to apply its energy, okay? And when I say this, I mean not wasting energy on things that you do not value, not wasting energy on things that you don't necessarily care to grow or doesn't align with what you want long term. So what wasting energy as a Taurus rising can look like is taking on jobs that bring you material security, but don't lead to long-term fulfillment and security. Also, wasting energy can look like in a relationship, settling for something that's comfortable at the time out of fear of not being able to attract what you really want or create what you really want, or not having the patience to put in the work long term to create what you really want. And the opposite of Taurus is Scorpio, okay? So how you actualize this long-term growth is through balancing that Scorpio-Taurian axis. So the way that Taurus continues to grow through the cycles of evolution is through learning how to let go and surrender the things that it does not value, that does not align with what it's trying to produce in the physical. And Scorpio represents our psychological evolution and the evolution of our psychology. And in spirituality, what we learn is our psychology, the way we think and the beliefs that we have, or our fears, create our reality as well as our dreams and the things we obsess over. So to manifest the things that we dream of and desire and truly align with our values, we have to conquer our fears and address our psychology. And how that represents in Taurus is pulling the weeds in your garden, okay? I also like to refer to Taurus energy as the gardener, all right? And creating an energetic oasis in the physical so that things can grow. And the way that you nurture a garden is through tending to it every day, understanding what your garden needs to grow, how you need to be able to perceive the world so that you can grow in the way that you desire. Okay. So once again, pulling those weeds, getting rid of anything in your life that doesn't align with your long-term growth and what you desire to become and what you desire to manifest in the physical. A lot of challenges that Taurus rising goes through is clinging to the illusion of physical security, clinging to things that bring you temporary security, whether that be people or jobs or living in a certain place, okay? Planting roots somewhere where you don't really care to grow, but it's like, I'll stay here out of comfort and fear. This is giving me, the security on this level. I might not get this, and this out of it, but it's giving me security on this level. And with Taurus being represented by Venus, okay, the ruler of Taurus rising is Venus, okay, which represents beauty, pleasure, passion, comfort, and security, okay. Taurian energy is teaching you not to settle and that you can have whatever you want in the physical. You can manifest whatever you want in the physical if you understand how to grow your garden or whatever fruit or plant. So each fruit or plant needs something different in terms of growth, whether that be a different amount of sunlight or a different nutrient, okay? Looking at the rest of your chart will help you understand what it is that you specifically need in order to grow what you're desiring to create, okay? And that's when you can look at your sun sign and see what your ego or your, your avatar wants to experience and create, and how your sun wants to shine through your rising, okay? So from my perspective, our sun sign represents our ego, and our rising sign represents our soul, and our moon sign is the conduit between our ego and our soul. And as we know, emotions represent energy in motion, and what we give energy to, what we give emotional energy to is what we manifest. Okay, so that's why it's very important for Taurus energy to nurture their garden, water their garden, pull the weeds that aren't facilitating its natural growth, okay, and really have patience and align with the cycles. So a downside of Taurus energy, or a negative aspect or expression of being a Taurus rising, is, I just lost my train of thought. Give me a second, because I don't edit my videos, guys. It's just on the flow. It is, dang, what was I about to say? Spirit, bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. It's knowing how to have endurance, okay? It's knowing how to have a long-term goal, and once again, growing with the seasons. So knowing when it's the time to plant a seed, knowing when it's the time to water and nurture the seed, knowing when it's the time to just sit back and allow nature to take its place, okay? Not constantly checking, is it growing yet? Is it growing yet? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? But just flowing and understanding that the energy that you put toward it is also your intention. So what are you intending to grow? And then once you know what you're intending to grow, you can listen to your spiritual guidance to guide you toward what brings you pleasure. How do you want to bring beauty into this world? Okay. And then Taurus also has to not be afraid of winter. Okay. When it seems like nothing is moving, when it seems like things are stagnant or dead, Taurus also has to be patient and understand that it is a cycle. There is a time to be still. I know what I was going to say. Taurus energy and Taurus risings have a tendency to create a situation of burnout where they're putting so much energy towards something and not honoring the cycles or the phases of growth. Okay. And so then they have these phases of going really hard, really hard, really hard. And then when burnout sinks in, it's like, well, I don't want to do nothing. I might not want to do nothing for a couple of days. I might not want to do nothing for a week or a month. But to avoid burnout, you have to listen to your inner guidance and know that when you are inspired to do something and inspired to move, to do that. But when your body is telling you to rest. When your body is telling you to nurture yourself or do things that make you comfortable or bring you joy, do that, okay? Taurus risings also with that know how to nurture other people or nurture projects and understands, like Taurus rising can look at a situation or a person and understand, okay, you're missing this. You need to add this to your routine, or this is what you need for the next phase of your life, or your next cycle of growth, is to, whatever the case may be, whether that be rest or learn something. Or Taurus energy understands where it's in its highest vibration, understands where energy wants to go and how to maximize the effects of that energy through efficiently moving with the cycles of creation, not forcing it. Okay. And so another downside of Taurus energy is this need for control, or just latching on to things. Taurus can really attach, okay, and have this like kind of anxious attachment style to what it feels it wants, or what it feels that it needs to do. And when you attach to something, it kind of prevents you from being able to listen to, okay, what cycle am I in now? What would it benefit me to do now? Okay, so Taurus, just like Scorpio, has to know when it's time to let something go, whether that be a job or a person. It's like, all right, this bad fruit has the potential to affect everything else I'm trying to create. So I need to let go of this, no matter how much I think I need it or how much security it's bringing to me. If it's dead or if it's a liability, let it go so that your garden can thrive. Okay? Some things that Taurus risings are good at is obviously beauty, things that deal with beauty or bringing beauty to the world, whether that be, organizing art, or project managing, or architecture. Taurus risings can be really great at architecture too, because Taurus is about building something from the ground up and putting things into form or in structure in the physical. And the opposite of that, once again, Scorpio is structuring the mind. It's rewiring the mind so that we can adequately build in the physical and actually build what we want versus build what we're afraid of. Okay. So it's really important for Taurus risings not to settle and to conquer their fears of not having security, because security is what Scorpio has to learn. Security comes from within. Everything that you need comes from within your soul, and you have to become what you want to experience in the physical before you can experience it. So it's not the other way around where you wait for everything to line up outside of you to validate that you deserve that. It's knowing your value, knowing your worth, and that you deserve to have all the comforts that this world has to offer, and that you can create it through going through the cycles of nature and understanding what you need in each cycle. Okay? So this is why it's very important for Taurus to be patient, because you're not building microwave wealth. Okay, Taurus is building long-term wealth, long-term security. Okay, and things that build long-term or have stability long-term, you have to be patient with, just like a tree. Okay, if you try to harvest the fruit too soon, it's not going to be tasty. It's not going to be everything you imagine. So that's similar to settling. It's harvesting fruit too soon, or only wanting to do things that's going to bring you fast security, but it's not necessarily fulfilling long term. Okay, so I can't emphasize that enough, Taurus, that you can have absolutely anything and everything that you want in this life if you subscribe to the cycles of natural growth and pull the weeds in your psychology, get rid of any fears that you have, and know that true security comes from within. And when you know how to nurture yourself, okay, learn how to nurture yourself, and you will know how to nurture things outside of you, whether that be a job, a career, a person, a relationship, okay? And don't let your relationships get in your way, because at your highest potential, you have the potential to attract powerful people, people who will help put you in alignment with what you truly want. At your lowest potential, you'll attract manipulative liars who are hiding things from you, or giving you a false sense of security to use you, to use your resource, to use your energy, okay? Because Taurus energy is very nurturing, it's very calming, it's very serene, and this could be very attractive to people who feel like they don't have enough, or takers, okay? So in order to not attract takers, be able to give yourself everything that you need first, okay? Be your own sense of security, and then you will create it outside of you, okay? I believe that that's all I have on Taurus rising. If you are interested in receiving a birth chart from me, please check out the link below. I also offer an astrology course, and it's not a course that you go through by yourself. It's one-on-one, it's face-to-face, and I find that it's more beneficial because if you have any questions or something you don't understand, I can walk you through it step by step versus you just going through a course by yourself. And what I find is that my astrological course also ends up being therapy, because we are talking about each of your placements personally, or breaking down the archetypes and the energy of each of your placements and better helping you understand yourself. So when I give you a reading, I'm trying to fit, or I'm giving you the overview, I'm giving you the big picture of your life, what your soul came here to accomplish, and practical application of how you can accomplish it, okay, because I have a Taurus Moon, okay, so I'm very good at understanding what it is in this phase of life that you need in order to grow and create what you desire, okay? So how that applies to your astrological reading is that I give you practical application in terms of how to accomplish that, as well as telling you all the tools in your toolbox that you can use to accomplish that. And then my astrological course just goes into even more depth. Once again, it's one-on-one, and I'm breaking it down in a total of 5 sessions. And in that 5th session, I give you an opportunity to read your own chart and walk you through how to read it so that you can continue your studies even after you've taken my course, because there's always more to learn, and always more to observe as you go through your journey. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you stay to the end, I greatly appreciate you. If you have a Taurus rising, let me know if this video resonated with you. I so love when you guys share your experiences, and you guys commenting inspires me to create more content and more videos. Okay, so if you'd like to see more videos from me, if you enjoyed my interpretation, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the comments. Take care. Much love. Bye.